Hello, I wanted to share with you through our recording what came true in this round. I mean, this video that came true, it was so magnificent. I felt I needed to imprint it. I am not sure this is the aspect of you that is the most original, but something that I do can say it is the one that it is assisting you in this time and space. So I had to add a little bit of human elements to find a little bit about synergy with our own experience as a starseed, but she really looked in slides of light, like curtains of light that translucent would blend and merge together, and through simply white, other hues of color will come through, like soft pinks, soft blues, soft greens, purples, that gently form as if not a humanoid with extremities, but more like a soul made of layers of slides that just gently interact. Between these slides, I think she created a face for me to understand that it was a female, but I think she speaks through the slides as her lips move to create the sounds that are going to form the language. In this case, the slides of light where the organisms, as I can say, that made a harmonic sound to come through. The sound was a little ethereal, like out of this world, and I am not sure if I can recreate it. It looks as if it was sounds like made of. Have you ever watched a video about glass or crystal that can be played by touching through water gently? And those sounds are like out of space, but in a way very high in its own essence. This is, I think, the closest thing that can come true. I also could see how from all of these harmonic sounds that came through, a streaming was coming through a type of neck in which I could observe a streaming line that was young another soul, and this other soul is you, I believe. I could see as if, as you can see in the image, these lights that, of course, they're not moving in my drawing, but they were moving on the vision, were forming a type of whole that it was not physical at all, just made of light, fluid, liquid, light that will interact and change in any second, and just printed a very heavenly image for us, I think, to inspire and be able to connect with this aspect of the soul that engage from the unknown. The streaming came in through lights rolling like a portal as water will ripple from a lake when you draw a stone, that streaming will just be a wavelength as the image shows, and from the eyes, a type of eyes that looks like made of crystal or a type of glossy light was forming the shape of the soul that it was being healed, and another patterns of light and form of squares thrown all together, I think, create the opening from a portal in which wisdom was coming from the Akashic records for you directly to assist you. So this aspect is showing a beautiful world that it's completely surreal, and for us perhaps coming through a fantasy place, that it's being encountered and collide with another world that's completely opposite, that's off spark and dark and light diminished because of the shadows that live within, and it's as if this other world absorbed it, kind of like a parasite will just hit within and slowly eat an animal or a person and feed from its own host. Sometimes multiply and sometimes create diseases, sometimes they can stay for the life itself without the host being unaware about that type of parasite. So I think this is a bit of a metaphor in which in human form, in this world of duality, sometimes decisions can be aligned with someone that holds you back and make us invest on situations that are not in our highest good. And even though this world is tough and could be scary, the other world, it's a metaphor for one of those times that you can get up after falling from, let's say, encountering a parasite, a situation that can represent something dark. However, if you take a moment, this image, this transmission can represent a second in which you make a choice to lift up and put yourself into the place in which you can remind yourself to spark. Create a plan for the day and the next day to get up and keep glowing as a starseed. So whatever you can experience now, whatever that can feel part of the shadow, or part of darkness, or part of these scary challenges that sometimes happen in this world, it's a reminder that you can always start again, and that you can come inside and hear your own harmonics, your own breathing, your own heart, your own soul, your own spirit, and just simply keep going. keep going, reminding yourself that from the same elements, that every star, that every rainbow and every sun, they all are just reaccommodated in a different way in you. And as a starseed that you are, even though this work can be challenging sometimes and conflicted and tangled with different situations that can feel like a defeat or like being down or losing the spark, you can always know that there are aspects of you beyond and beyond that you can access to your spirit, to your own spark that can come and lift you up and to be dedicated to that glow. So whatever that makes you glow, whatever that makes you spark, whatever that represent going back to that starseed that is in you is going to be your tools. That tools are going to help you to rise and remember that you are here to live and to find that light in darkness sometimes, and find that expansion in times of constrictions, and find resources to spark even when your light will diminish. So therefore, this being that was born into a world that seemed aquatic but made of light, it's a very weird definition that may feel so out there for us to tune in, that felt as if it was all heaven and they will communicate through sound and music and this inner harmonics that everyone will have, knowing that they were part of the planet itself. As all looks connected, and they will just come through as part of the ocean of light, or the sky made of slices of light, or the rainbow pathway that forms portals to communicate with every other element of the self outside of the self. That and this is storytelling, it's being absorbed by another, like a wormhole that can just swallow everything within. And that make us think that every experience, whether the good or the bad, will be a resource to elevate yourself and to always go back to that ignition that is in all of us, not only humans or starseeds, but also animals and plants and elements around us. And when we tune into those elements, like being outdoors in those beautiful magic and sceneries that remind us that God universe exists through those landscapes, that take your breath away, or things that can happen that can be magical, like connections with other persons, or rejoin your experience, moments in which you have been in success, or times in which you have felt like life were magical and things were just right for you. In this case, this world will have every plane of existence, the plane where there is magic, the plane where there is light, the plane that there where you can find darkness, and in all of that spectrum in which every color it's born from white, like in the image. This is a pathway to adhere to and observe that how interesting it is that often we in human form don't even realize that we are the ones holding darkness or not actually allowing this spark to glow and expand high because of the programming of this world or because of the things that we are used to do. So just take a moment to breathe, and as you do, every time you connect with this image, whether you just remember it or save it in your phone or anything, let it be a pattern that automatically will help you to move towards your spark and towards your star and towards your universe and towards a future that will wrap you up. And as you keep connecting, imagine that you become part of the image and place yourself into the one that's being healed and begin to feel all those lights around you and all of those lights that surround for you, and begin to elevate your own experience. And as you can sense this, imagine that you have this beam of light made of lights, that light can come through your own eyes directly into your own existence. As light begins to floatate along the sides and within, it will help you to connect deeper. And as you go higher and deeper in this connection, regardless of the sounds or the connection that you have, give yourself the opportunity to immerse and practice. And the more you do this, the more connected that you will feel. I hope this works out for you. I hope this is helpful, so thank you, thank you, thank you.